Hey everyone, it's been roughly a month since I have unboxed the ENACFIRE F1 truly wireless Bluetooth earphones. I know a lot of you have been really anticipating this review, so here it is. If you're new to my channel, I have previously reviewed other versions of the ENACFIRE truly wireless Bluetooth earphones, including the E19s, E20s, as well as the Future Plus. So I will be briefly alluding to those earphones so I can make a comparison to them to see if this is worth the upgrade for those of you who do own those earphones. I have also reviewed countless other truly wireless Bluetooth earphones, so I'm pretty well versed in this market. The F1 stands for the first line of earphones from ENACFIRE with the touch controls as opposed to a physical button. So the F comes after E, so this is kind of the progression of how the nomenclature ENACFIRE is using for their earphones. So in this video, I will be covering all the features of the F1, the sound quality, and how it stacks up to its predecessor as well as the competition. So starting off with the earphone design, it has a really nice solid build quality. You can see it both in the case and also the earbuds themselves. It's a very compact design. You can see it doesn't protrude very much out of my ears. It has a good surface area for those touch controls, which I'll talk about a little bit later. And they also come with interchangeable ear tips that prevent them from falling out of my ears. With my extreme head shake test here, they have no issues staying in my ears, and I've used them to also work out because they are IPX8 sweat resistant. The snug fit also means it has really great passive noise isolation as is, which makes it my ideal choice for a loud environment like the gym. I also sometimes take it to work and use it as my earphones there, and for a typical 8-hour workday, this has been able to last me throughout the entire day without having to put it back into the case for recharging, which is definitely above average compared to the current market. In terms of extras, it does come with the usual charging cable, which is micro USB. Would have liked to see them make the leap to USB Type-C, but hopefully that will be the case in their next iteration. In terms of the charging case, once again, it's a really nice compact size. Not only is it able to charge up the earbuds, but it's also able to charge up other devices using the USB Type-A, which the ports are nicely covered with this little flap. And just like previous ENACFIRE models, this case also serves as the on-off for these earphones for Bluetooth pairing. There's a clear battery indicator both on the earbuds when you put them in the case and also on the case itself to see how much juice is left in this case. But since the month that I've owned it, I have not had to charge this case at all. It's still showing the 3 LEDs in terms of battery indication, and that's probably thanks to its 2600 mAh power bank that's also able to charge up your typical smartphone to about 70%. Not to mention that's able to recharge the earbuds completely roughly 20 times. What's new in the case design is actually this faux leather lid and hinge. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of it just because it doesn't have much of a practical use. Actually, sometimes it gets in the way just because it won't hold in place when it's fully open. So it's kind of more of a design statement if you're into that. Now let's talk about the functionality, which is definitely super important for this new model. It features now tap functionality, gone is any kind of a depressible physical button, and for the money, I think the tap functionality works pretty well. When you first get it, you might have to get used to the tapping interval. It is made so that it wouldn't be super ridiculously responsive, that it will cause ghost taps. As a result, it's a little bit more on the unresponsive side, so it's just a little something that you have to get used to. A one tap allows you to pick up phone calls. Double tapping will allow you to reject the call if you are receiving one. Double tapping on the right earpiece allows you to play and pause music. Again, on the left earpiece, double tapping will allow you to summon your voice assistant. If it's on the iPhone, it's going to be Siri. Touch and holding the right earpiece for about 2 seconds will allow you to forward a track, and doing the same on the left earpiece will allow you to reverse a track. Once again, you are able to use these earbuds one at a time if you want to conserve battery life or want to leave one ear open for whatever reason. So the left earbud is the main earphone. This is important because if you choose to leave the right earbud in the case and you just take out the left earbud, it would automatically repair to your previous device as normal. However, if you wanted to use the right earpiece on its own, you will have to repair this to your device directly because previously it was that secondary device that wasn't paired before. But regardless of which earpiece you use as your solo earpiece, you will lose the distinctive two-way functionality, which means if you're using only one piece at a time, you'll only be able to answer and reject calls, pause and play music, and also skip track, and not be able to do the reverse feature or summon your voice assistant. But anyway you slice it, there is again no volume control, which is a little bit disappointing because that's one of the main features I had been requesting in my past reviews. But again, it does have the most important functionality that you would normally want in an earbud anyways. Moving on to the call quality, this is the part that has been significantly improved. So if you are looking for a good truly wireless Bluetooth earphone with really great call quality, this is definitely a standout feature. It features the new aptX Bluetooth technology with the CVC 8.0 noise cancellation. What this translates to is that it's able to block out ambient noise really well during call quality to allow you to be heard much clearer. The slight noise cancellation technology also allows you to hear your music better, which brings me to sound quality. So up to this point in the review, I've had pretty much all good things to say about this, some nuanced cons, but nothing that's deal-breaking. What could be deal-breaking, however, is how much you value your sound quality in your wireless earphones. So obviously these are not meant to replace your audiophile headphones, but I kind of would have liked them to have a little bit better, clearer sound quality. What I hear is an overwhelming bass and kind of muddy highs and mids, which makes it not ideal for vocals. Something I noticed right away also is the starting volume of these earphones are significantly louder than previous versions and pretty much any other earphone I've tested in the past. Personally, I am an audiophile and I prefer to hear my music at a lower volume, so the starting volume being so high, it makes me really not want to listen to these for a long period of time, which is a real shame because I think this is the only major con that I have with these earphones. Now, given these are the first generation with the special touch technology, so I'm assuming they kind of rearranged the insides of this a little bit that may have affected the sound quality on these. So I do look forward for an improvement in the ENACFIRE F2s when they start designing those. Setting aside that these earphones are not spot-on perfect, they do offer a really great price for having touch controls and having such a long battery life, fantastic call quality. So if you're really interested in those 3 points, I think these are still worth having a look. For those of you who have owned a previous version of the ENACFIREs and are still loving them, I would say maybe hold out for the next iteration of these tap control earphones, just because I think the previous generations, particularly the E19 and the Future Plus, have better sound quality than these. But if you're still interested or just curious about these earphones, I again will have the product link in the description so you guys can check them out. I do plan on trying to get you all a special discount coupon if you are considering buying these, so definitely check back again in the description if you don't see it right now.